Welcome back to Keep It Dirty. I am your host, Leslie Dowling, and I wanted to just share with you some things that I have learned over the years about the truth behind sugar. And I'm fascinated with the way that sugar affects our body, mentally, physically, the brain, gut, and how the neurotransmitters are sending those direct signals like a highway back and forth to our gut and our brain when we ingest sugar. So today I'm going to read some passages of notes that I have written along with the Functional Nutrition Alliance, um, uh, some of the chapters as to what they shared as I went on a journey getting um, the certifications through Functional Nutrition Alliance. So let's start with the gut-brain connection. Food for thought. Did you know that sugar depletes us from minerals and suppressors, and it also suppresses our immune system? There is a direct correlation with sugar to heart disease and so many other multifactorial um, illnesses with brain fog. It also affects us with aging. It creates more wrinkles. It depletes us of minerals. And it is really hard on the body to start digesting and breaking down refined sugars. So the refined sugars are depleted of all its nutrients. Now you could go to the supermarket. There's different types of sugars, but what I'm talking about is the refined sugars, the white crystals that you see when you pick that up at the supermarket. Just be respectful of trying to get back to maybe incorporating natural applesauce. You could actually put that into some of your baked goods when you are baking. You could switch out certain things for healthier ways of cooking and baking. But let me get back to some of these really staggering statistics. But the question I have for everybody is, uh, what is it that you typically eat for breakfast? And these are just questions to jog your brain. Maybe if you could write this down or just really think into the fact that here in the US, on the shelves, most of our packaged products contain a lot of sugar. Some of the breads that you think, oh, this is natural. You see like a sunshine, you see somebody that's fit, that's jogging on the packages. We are so programmed to think, oh, let me take that. That's going to be something that's going to be really healthy to eat. But actually, it's not. So I always go back to reading the labels. And that's really what I'm presenting today. I'm so passionate. If there's one person that I could reach out to in this uh, mecca globally as I speak on my podcast, is to become aware of being your own advocate of your health, to live optimally. When you start taking out slowly sugars in your diet, not only will you slowly change your habits with what you're eating, but your taste buds will change. And when you go back to eating things that have a lot of sugar in it, you might notice that your taste buds might give you a red flag of, ooh, this is too sugary. So when we slowly integrate healthier options of eating whole foods, having juices that don't have all of the refined sugars in it, you will start feeling better in the sense that, no pun intended, all your senses will be elevated. Your sense of smell, your sense of taste, um, clarity. You'll be able to sleep better at night. And it does go hand in hand with also the staying away from the refined sugars, the ultra processed and processed foods. And if anybody that doesn't know what I'm talking about fast food. When you go through that drive-through and you get those fast food items, it takes 2 days to digest these uh, substances, as I should say. Not everything is all whole foods when you're eating through drive-throughs that are fast foods, compared to when you eat whole foods. It takes 2 hours to digest. So basically, to geek out a little, when you are on overdrive in your body and your gut is trying, your digestive enzymes are trying to break down all of these um, processed and ultra processed foods, you start depleting yourself of minerals, of nutrients. And just to throw this out, Dr. Pearl Mutter, he is an amazing doctor in functional health, functional medicine. He had a summit, I think it was a year or two ago, about Alzheimer's being the new type 3 diabetes. Uh, and that's pretty mind boggling when you think about it. So there were a summit of doctors on his platform that spoke into how you see more and more people younger that are having the forgetfulness, the dementia, Alzheimer's. And we're talking about young people in their late 30s, 40s, 50s. That was years ago called, like, quote unquote, what old people would get. But because we are just ingesting so many chemicals that's polluting our bodies, we have to take a step back and start detoxing slowly from all of these refined sugars that are found in children's, the cookies that they're eating, the candies. So just stop and think about these questions I'm going to ask you right now. How many times a day do you consume sugar in coffee, in food, in soda? Are you particularly fond of bread, cereals, crackers, popcorn, and pasta? And is there one sugary snack that has been a necessary everyday ritual for you? And do you feel like you're on an energy roller coaster ride, experiencing bursts of energy followed by crashes and lethargy? Do you have a family history of alcoholism, depression, diabetes, and weight issues? These are just some of the questions that I want to evoke you to start really thinking into. Do you have any of these that you can relate to with? Do you struggle with low self-esteem? How about stressors? Do you get also enough sleep at night? Some of these questions are taken from the Functional Nutrition Alliance. I geek out and I actually have printed out the years of me studying, uh, going through their program. The other, let's see, I'm going to just share a couple of other little things with you. So, alternative sweeteners. The big baddies are corn syrup, aspartame, sucralose, saccharin. Some of the better sugars are, if you could look for raw honey, dates, barley malt. And again, before I just have any closing statements, I just want everybody at the end of the day to start thinking about connecting the dots. How do you feel after you have something that has sugar, or after you have something that is ultra processed, something that's packaged? Uh, how are you feeling emotionally? And also, are you getting the sleep that you want to get? So when you start connecting the dots and you start seeing a pattern of what you're eating is also affecting your emotion, and that I will circle back to the brain gut health. And that is the neurotransmitters and the direct correlation of the way that the neurotransmitters are like a highway back and forth to our brain and our stomach. And that also is the fact that there are over 500 million nerve cells that are the highway between the brain gut and just transmitting signals. So when you think about it, that's a lot of nerve cells that we have in our gut. So with that, I hope that I've just made a little bit of curiosity and awareness about sugars and the way that it affects us. And I will be speaking into and taking a deeper dive into ultra processed versus processed food versus whole foods. Also, I'd love to educate and enlighten people about triggers that we might not even be able to see in our home with 5G towers, with EMFs, that's the electromagnetic fields, actually having an impact on us on a cellular level. Yes, it affects our cells. So you can't visibly see this. It's all around us. And with all the devices that we put on, the smart devices, plugging in to our AirPods, that has an effect on our health. Just be your own advocate for your family, for future generations, and also for the people that want to bring life into this world. Start thinking about detoxing your body by eating whole foods, because when we are thinking about starting families, just think about the toxins that are in our environment, in our bodies. And we don't want our the next generation to be absorbing all this before they are birthed into this world, before they take that first breath. So be your own advocate, love yourself, and when you start feeling good, it trickles into your relationships, it trickles into the way you are performing at work to create that optimal performance at work. And it just makes you feel good, because we deserve to be feeling really good. So with that, sending love. And I'm going to be having a lot of awesome guests that now I am lining up for fall and winter of 2024. And also, if you want anything that you would like me to speak into, or you have any questions, you could DM me on my Instagram, Keep It Dirty Podcast. And also, I just wanted to just have a shout out to my friends that have been supporting me for the last couple of years and being cheerleaders, just loving some of the guests that I have had in this realm with functional health. I thank you. So take care. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Bye.